What's up, guys? So a huge pet peeve of mine is therapists who use unprofessional photos for their business profile, website, Psychology Today listing, etc. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the value of having professional looking headshots and how to go about doing one in such a way that clients are going to want to meet with you. Welcome to Private Practice Skills. I'm Dr. Marie Fang, psychologist in private practice. I post videos offering tools I learned the hard way about starting and growing private practice so that you don't have to. So what is a headshot exactly? A headshot is that professional photo that you use on your business listing, your website, etc. It's usually from the chest or waist up and primarily shows your facial features and is intended to be used for professional purposes. Now, I want to tell you about a huge pet peeve of mine, and that is when I see therapists who use unprofessional photos for their headshots on their various listings online. And what do I mean by unprofessional photos? I'm talking about somebody's taking a selfie on their smartphone and maybe it's fuzzy or there's alcohol in it or something like that. Or maybe it was a nice group photo or a photo with their spouse or something like that and they cropped out whoever else was in the photo. This looks really unprofessional, and it also looks like you didn't have the time or energy to invest in your business to take a nice photo and put it online. Now, I want to let you in on something that's a little embarrassing because it has nothing to do with my credibility, my capacities as a therapist, and all of that. But when new clients come in for the first therapy session, I usually like to ask what it was about me that they opted to schedule with me as opposed to another therapist. And of course, people have wonderful things to say about what I said on my website, or maybe they were recommended to see me by so-and-so, etc. But more often than not, they also say that I looked like a nice person. I looked like a nice person. That's referring to my photo. And that could sound really shallow, and it could sound like, oh, Marie looks like a nice person, whereas so-and-so doesn't, but I don't believe that. I think what makes me look like a nice person to them is that I took a nice headshot and I put it on my website, and that made me look like a nice person. So I encourage you to leverage this as a marketing strategy in your private practice by having a nice headshot where you look like a nice person, whatever that means. But I'm going to help you do it in a few easy steps. You don't necessarily have to pay a professional in order to have a professional looking headshot. If you do have $50 or $100 to spare and you can spend it on a headshot, I encourage you to spend it there as it will pay off in your marketing strategy. But even if you don't have any cash to spend on this, there are a few tips you can use to make sure you have professional looking headshots for your website and all of your marketing materials. First, if you're not going through a professional, find a friend with a nice DSLR camera. These days, pretty much everyone almost has a pretty nice camera, so if you don't have one, find a buddy and they can take a picture for you for free. Second, take a photo that actually looks like you, and by that I mean wear the clothing that you'd wear when you're meeting with clients. Do your makeup the way you do your makeup when you're meeting with clients. Your hair, things like that. Try to look like actual you. There's nothing like seeing a photo of someone that's like 15 years old so it doesn't look like them anymore, or they're so dressed up or dressed down that it doesn't quite look like how they look in the therapy office. Next, make sure you can see the whites of your eyes in the photo. We know that when we can see the whites of somebody's eyes, it really helps us build trust in them, and using a good camera will make that kind of crisp delineation of the whites of your eyes, and that's really important. And next, make sure the photo is from your chest and up, or at least from your waist and up. This is not the time to take the full body shot where you show off your nice figure or whatever you got going on. This is all about facial features, and that helps this look a lot more professional than a full body photo. This isn't the time where you want to post the picture where you hike to the top of Mount Everest and you can see the beautiful background behind you. We really just want to see you in the shot. And my last tip is when you do your photo session, make sure you take lots and lots of photos. I'm talking at least 100 photos. That way you have a whole bunch to choose from, and I'll be honest, whenever I take a photo for Instagram or other places where you see my photo online, I probably took 50 to 100 photos before I chose the right one. So this is what people do. It's normal. It might feel a little weird while you're taking your headshots, but it will pay off in the end, because there's nothing worse than getting ready for a photo shoot and then when you go through and look through the pictures at the end, you don't like any of them. I think that happens to a lot of us, so you might as well just have too many photos and then you'll find several that are going to be a good fit for your website or other marketing materials. Well, I hope you found this video helpful, and hopefully you're considering taking some really nice headshots for your website if you don't have them already. And until next time, from one therapist to another, I wish you well. Today's video is brought to you by TherapyNotes.com. TherapyNotes helps with scheduling, notes, and billing so that you can spend more time with your clients and less time on back office paperwork. Click the link in the description of this video to get 2 months to try it for free with no commitment.